So hello and welcome to Let's Talk SEO. If you've been hit by the August core update, one of the reasons may be because Google is handing out manual penalties. And it's not the usual manual penalty where Google says you're doing unnatural link building, or if your content is spammy, or you've been engaging in other spammy practices. In fact, the latest policy update, or perhaps the latest type of violation Google is issuing, is the discovery policy violations. Yes, that's right. So if you've been, using some black hat methods or even some gray hat methods to game the system and get into Google Discover, then there is a high chance you will be handed down this penalty. And one of my websites, which I used to test, I used to test a lot of things, including gaming the Discover system, was also handed down this policy. Now, here's a screenshot of how this policy will look like, so that if you ever receive this email and you see this in your Google Search Console, you will know exactly what it means. But in this video, I'm not going to tell you what it means because it already says on the box what it means. If you read through the screenshot, it will tell you exactly what it means. So the question here is, who is going to receive this type of penalty and how many people have already received it? So for that, we go to the news and we try to figure out exactly how many people have been seeing this. So this guy here on Twitter says, okay, friends, I got an update. Google is issuing discovery policy violations today. We got this for 7 publishers, although I can't share site URLs, but for all of the sample violating URLs, which Google is highlighting, it's a catchy headline title, which is common practice to get better CTR from Discover. If you have lost visibility in Discover recently, specifically after the start of the August core update rolling out, you should check your email and see if there is an update from Google today. Most people are not going to receive this. Let's be honest. It's going to be mainly content-heavy sites because those are the ones that are trying to game the system to get discovered traffic. But it's also affiliate sites. So again, affiliate sites are also content-heavy sites. It's not going to be an e-commerce store. It's not going to be someone who's selling a service unless they're using blogs to get discovered. And sometimes blogs do make it to Discover, and they do drive a lot of traffic. But if you're consistently gaming the system to get traffic from Discover, then you have a problem. So now Google is handing out a few different ones. One of them is for misleading content. So the one that's in the screenshot over here, it says misleading content. We do not allow content that misleads users into engaging with, promising details that are not reflected in the content. Now, to me, that sounds like clickbait. And if you've been using clickbait, which I highly recommend that you don't, but if you've been using clickbait to try and get traffic or traction, there's already a policy in place by Google that will probably hit you already. But if you've not been hit and you make it to one of Google's manual reviewers, they will hit you with this misleading content thing. And in my case, it was not misleading content. It was mainly gray hat stuff consistently. So the one that I received was for violating Google's Discover policies. Now, I have no idea what Google's Discover policies are, but there are a ton of complaints about Google Discover traffic dropping off over the week. Most are probably related to the core update. Some are also going to be Discover traffic. So if you see your traffic decline, go and check your Discover traffic in Search Console, see if that's the reason why your overall traffic has declined. If it has declined and you don't see any email in your inbox from Google, then it's safe to say it's not the update or it's not the manual penalty. It's only a manual penalty in this case if you receive an email from Google. So what should you not do? Well, at this point, I can't tell you anything because the update is still rolling out. There are a few other websites of mine that do very well in Google Discover. There are some websites for my clients that do very good in Google Discover. In fact, 80% of the traffic comes in from Google Discover, and we have not received a penalty on those yet, even though we do engage in some unscrupulous practices on those websites, if you want to call it that. But so far, we've not been hit. We'll pick up the pieces after the update finishes rolling out. This is just a public service announcement. So if you get the email, do not panic. Do not think your website is going to die, because once this finishes rolling out, I figure out what's going on, I will make a video. And if you've been hit and you've not recovered, you can use those steps to try and recover your Google, your discovered traffic. So I hope you guys find the video useful. As always, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.